Pisces, this is a serious. This is going to be really, really serious. I am talking about the actual month of December. When I say that this month of December is going to be so serious, especially when it comes to you know what I mean? In the best possible way. Because I can tell you, my gorgeous Pisces, that the month of December 2022, it's going to be the most powerful month this year when it comes to you. In fact, it is going to be the best month you had for a long time. Stay with me, listen to this reading, and you will see exactly what I mean. My gorgeous Piscelini, there is so much to unpack when it comes to this reading, but I like it a lot, because I know what a turning point in your life by the end of December it's actually going to happen. My name is Sasha Bonasin, sorry, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Piscelini, and it's for December 2022. My gorgeous Piscelini, you have been waiting for this for a really long time. When it comes to the actual numbers, you know, everything seemed to be on your side. The actual numbers that we have this month, it's number 11. This is a very powerful number. I do know that you had number 11 not that long ago, but now you know you are having number 11 as again when it comes to the actual numerology. But now this is going to be absolutely remarkable. On one hand, you are about to discover something so kind of life-changing, which is going to become evident at around the 18th, 19th, 20th and the 21st of December 2022. You are about to discover something absolutely life-changing, which is naturally going to really just make you think about the way you are going to change your life. But you're gonna like this is going to be really exciting in so many different ways. When it comes to number 11, my gorgeous Piscelini, what it actually means, it means that there is you are going to have a reason for celebration. You're gonna have a huge reason for celebration, because the really big problem in your life that was affecting you more than you could have possibly imagined, it's going to come to an end. And this really big problem that was draining your energy and making you really unhappy, it's going to be evident, and it's going to happen right within the first 15 days of December. So within the first 15 days of December, you are going to have an important message, news, information, and you will know oh my God, something is just almost immediately gonna start changing within you. Immediately you're going to feel so excited and so optimistic. Your spirit is going to be rising, and immediately you're going to be thinking, oh, I want to reconnect with her, I want to reconnect with him, I want to gather some friends and have a celebration. You will literally want to have a celebration, and it's almost as if you're about to come out of your own cage. This was something that was very personal to you, and you were just waiting for this for such a long time to finish in order for you to move on with your life. So my gorgeous Piscelini, first of all, it's going to be a mind-blowing news that you are going to have within the first 15 days of December, and that news is going to put an enormous smile on your face, because the huge problem, it's coming to an end. It's all about this important conclusion that you are going to have, which is immediately going to inspire you, and it's even going to make you feel really artistic indeed. But almost like at that moment in time, you will know that there are certain changes that you're going to need to bring into your life, and you will know how much your life is actually going to change. Although at that moment in time, you're not going to be able to understand and realize, to which extent this is actually going to go to. But you are doing something here. You're starting something here. You're going to start an amazing project by the end of December. And that project that you're going to start, it's already going to explode in the best possible way by the end of March 2023. So what you're actually going to start, this is all going to lead towards you starting an important project by the end of December, something really important, and an important project when it comes to you working on yourself. doing this for yourself, doing this for your life, doing this for your spiritual journey, doing this for your passion, doing this for your spirit, doing this for your soul. This means to you so much. This project that you are going to start, it's going to become absolutely evident in the best possible way. It's going to explode by the end of March 2022. So 23, sorry. So this is indeed very important. But going back to the first 15 days that I said that you're going to find out this important message, that you will know that a huge problem that was affecting you is going to come to an end. This is going to immediately going to make you aware of, as I said, like the certain changes, the certain ideas, not changes as such, but the ideas that you're actually going to feel, my gorgeous Pisces. It's like remarkable. So it's going to put you in that mode where on one hand you're gonna feel like, oh my god, like you need to have some time out in order to like kind of like realize what you're gonna do now, because this is gonna be big for you. But then on another hand, you're also gonna become aware of, when you take this time out, it's only gonna be like a day or two. After that moment in time, you're gonna feel like a bit of a hermit moment. And the hermit moment, it's all about you kind of like thinking about a lot of things, and you want to spend some time by yourself. It's on one hand like a looking for a big life answers, but then on another hand there is something very specific that you're going to be thinking about, and this is going to kind of make you to be withdrawn just a little bit for a day or two, and that in itself is going to make you realize exactly which decision do you need to make after this moment in time, because this is all going to lead towards this particular decision that you're going to need to make, and that decision that you're going to need to make, it's like, oh my god, this is on one hand going to put you immediately on the actual path for happiness, for your own happiness. But on another hand, this is also to do with you understanding that it's to do with like some kind of wish, something that you were dreaming about is slowly but surely about to become reality. It's about to become true. It's to do with an ultimate wish in your life, my gorgeous Pisces. So this is going to be really deep. So that opportunity that I'm talking about, it's pretty much so. This is when you're going to become aware of exactly of this opportunity. And it's not that you're going to become as such aware of that particular opportunity and but it's more like what you need to do. And it naturally comes as an opportunity, if you know what I mean. So that is going to become absolutely evident, and you will see by the end of the actual December 2022. But this is so important when it comes to your next step of your life. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now, maybe you're looking for work, maybe you're looking for job. So this is to do with like a really important job coming, do you know what I mean, by the end of December. Or maybe you already have a job, so it's like, what is the next step that you want to do? But at the same time, it's a lot about you understanding that you need to work on yourself. It's a lot to do with the work-life balance and making at the same time the most of it, really, in so many different ways. Or perhaps you're like retired, so like, what do you think that the next step in your life right now is going to be? What do you need to do next? It's about your soul calling, it's about your spirit calling, it's about something that it's so important to you, but it's about to kind of like really just start manifesting right now. And I like it so much. And also, my gorgeous Pisces, at around that especially when it comes to the 11th of December, so you see this on the 11th of December, something remarkable, it's actually going to happen on the 11th of December. You are gonna like really literally wake up in the morning, and it's gonna be something very, very specific. It's actually going to be on your mind, like very specific, how you want your future to be, what do you want to do, what do you need in order to have like an ultimate happiness in life. But also, most importantly, when you wake up on the 11th of December, you will kind of really feel very courageous and strong and powerful about turning certain goals into reality, about starting the process of the actual manifestation. You are going to start the process of manifestation then and there. So I suggest you to be as open-minded as you can. So this is what you need to pay attention to when you wake up on the 11th of December, when you have something on your mind, like how you're gonna like create this, how you're gonna do this. There are specific things that are going to be on your mind that you will want to manifest. like it's to do with a certain goals that you want to become a reality. So this is what you need to understand, my gorgeous Pisces. I'm going to say it again because it's important. When you wake up on the 11th of December in the morning, you need to be as optimistic about this aspect of your life as much as you can, because it's all about your energy and it's all about your way of thinking at this moment in time, especially. So you are going to have on your mind like how you're going to kind of like really in turn certain goals into reality, how you can kind of make certain goals to become reality, how to manifest certain things that have been on your mind for quite a long time. And now this is so important for you to get it right. You need to be as optimistic and you need to just go with it, go with this flow almost immediately. But I will tell you, if you think about it in a negative way, you're just going to slow yourself down, because it's almost like as if you're not trusting yourself when you actually do this. If you don't trust yourself on your spiritual journey, then lots of other people are also going to have a problem with understanding you or even trusting you sometimes if you don't trust yourself. So this is the moment of like a pretty much so an enhanced spirituality, especially when it comes to your spirit rising, on a completely different level, where you do have the opportunity to do something remarkable much quicker, much sooner. But it can only happen if you trust to yourself 100%. So when you wake up on the 11th of December, these things that you have on your mind, like inspirations and goals that you want to turn into the actual reality, this is your sign, this is your path, this is your message, this is like just your rule. This is like your rule at this moment in time. This is something that you need to do, my gorgeous Pisces, because you are going to not only make this happen, but you are also within exactly 11 months, within the next 11 months, these goals, these dreams, these things that are on your mind, are going to become the actual reality. But you have to trust yourself. By trusting yourself, you're already putting your foot down, let alone what a remarkable progress you're actually going to start. So this is why I'm trying to explain the magic of number 11 and the magic of the actual 11th day of December that is going to come to you. And also, let me tell you one thing. If you wake up in the morning and you don't have anything on your mind, no ideas, no realization, nothing that you want to do, no baby, no, you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. It's going to come to you at some point that day. It's going to come to you, but at some point, you understand me? But it's like all about you needing to get the fact that, it's going to happen at a time when you're either meditating, and then you go in this state of mind where you're just like kind of drift away for a little bit, and then you come back to yourself, and then suddenly you're facing these things that are on your mind. Or you're going to be doing something that maybe you're going to drift off, like in the middle of the day. Maybe you're going to fall asleep at around in the middle of the day, or at some point within the day, and then you fell asleep and you wake up and it's suddenly these ideas on your mind. It's going to happen when you kind of disconnect and then reconnect again. And at the time of this disconnection, as I call it, you just get in touch with your subconscious mind. You're actually super connected at the time of a disconnection, but with this connection with this reality, but then you're connected to the different reality that is like very psychic and very intuitive, and it also makes you aware of exactly what do you need to do at this stage of your mind. Like that's something that you may not be aware of consciously. It comes from somewhere else. So this is what I'm talking about. This kind of like a directions and guidance. It's gonna come to you at some point throughout the day of the actual 11th of December 2022. So you don't have to worry about this whatsoever. Look at this, my gorgeous Pisces. Ooh, you see this? This is like about these goals that are going to be on your mind on the 11th. And this is what you're going to do. An important manifestation, but especially when it comes to this manifestation is going to happen within exactly 11 months indeed. And also, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Pisces, it's like basically, I like this so much because around the 21st of December, you are going to find out something, and this is going to mean to you so much. What you're going to find out, it's going to be connected to somebody else, to the certain person in your life who means to you so much, who you love so much, but you were worrying about about someone. Do you know that? You were worrying about someone so much, whether this is your partner, whether this is your husband, whether this is your wife, whether this is your friend, whether this is your family member, somebody who you have a very strong emotional connection with, you've been worrying about so much, and you are also going to really find out something so good about that person, and this is going to mean to you so much. It's also going to put your mind to rest as well. So you were worrying about someone like quite a lot, and what are you going to hear? It's really going to make you feel so good. So whatever you were worrying about that person, you know, the outcome, it's actually going to be really good. The outcome, it's actually going to be really positive, so you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. You will know exactly what I mean. And also, my gorgeous Pisces lineage, you know what, as somebody very kind of like a strong-minded this month, a male person, a very powerful male person, very strong-minded male person, very authoritative male person, but quite this person is also rather unusual every now and then. And this person is someone who's like kind of look really serious, but they're not really serious. Kind of like it can be quirky, but only those people who understand this type of person can understand their own quirkiness in such a sense. Lots of people will take it in a kind of way that they're maybe rude sometimes, but they're not. So it boils down to a lot of the fact that this particular male person that I'm talking about, that is in your life, it's like, you know, only those people who knows this person understand this person. So there is someone in your life like a male person this month who is going to play a really important role, and this is someone who is like a little bit older, and somebody who is like also like quite successful when it comes to like their finances, and also quite like kind of into spirituality. This person is quite spiritual as well. So this is someone who is actually very strong-minded, and somebody who is like a very truthful, and somebody who is very rational, and somebody who is extremely ethical, and somebody who's extremely fair, and somebody who's extremely smart, especially when it comes to some kind of a leadership. This person knows a lot of things about life that lots of other people don't understand and don't know, but this person also allowed themselves to be themselves, and this is why a lot of people can't understand this male person, because this person allowed themselves to be themselves, which lots of people can't understand, you know, and that's the whole purpose of life. That's the whole purpose of this spiritual journey. It's us to allow ourselves to be ourselves. This is an ultimate gift that, you know, in this world, really, us just being ourselves and following our passions and things like that. But just sometimes people can find this too much, because people have been conditioned for way too long. So people just really don't even know sometimes how to come out of their own cage. So this is important, because otherwise people are just like in some kind of a cage all their life, and they're not even realizing the manipulation that they have been kind of going through. So manipulation is like, well, you know what I mean? It's we are constantly thinking and worrying about like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? You know what I mean? There's no way to live your life, you see. So this is something that just to keep on your mind. But anyway, my gorgeous Pisces, sorry, I went off the subject. It's like basically this person, this powerful male person that I'm talking about, it's going to give you such an important advice, such an important advice. The advice that this person is going to give you, it's going to give you instantly so much clarity, you know, but at the same time you will kind of know exactly that what you're gonna do after that moment, it's gonna be extremely smart, you know, because it's being advised by someone who you really know really well. And at the same time, if you advise something by this particular person, you just know that you can't go wrong whatsoever. But at the moment, that second when that person gives you this advice, you will be able to connect to it immediately. Why? Because there is some kind of a clarity that you are going to have, and this advice that you are going to actually have from this like kind of like a male powerful person in your life, it's going to really on one hand make you aware of someone with an assistance, with an ulterior motive, and it's also going to kind of make you aware of like you kind of how to avoid certain arguments. And this, it's also all going to lead towards you and understanding that you must not follow old ways. You're not going to be able to change. You're not going to be able to change your life. You're not going to be able to like kind of make your life so much more colorful, or you're not going to be able to move on with your life if you keep on following the old ways. This is going to be so important when it comes to your personal breakthrough. This is going to be so important when it comes to your personal comeback. This is going to be so important when it comes to your turning point in your life. I know that you look up to this man, to this person, and also, you know, on another hand, this is someone who is in your life, but then again, it could be someone who you feel a very strong connection to. Like, for example, you listen to someone or you watch someone like doing reading or something like that online, and then you just suddenly remember the advice that that particular person gave you. But because it's just such a strong connection in between you and that person, I can see as someone who is in your life. So this could be someone physically in your life, but it could also be somebody who you feel a very strong connection to, you know, especially when it comes to like a listening to the certain advice and things like that. So you just need to see who this is. This is a rather important indeed. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to the actual nutrition and things like that, I highly recommend you to get something like a natural vitamin D3. Again, I know, because it's going to help you to boost your immune system, but it's also going to help you with your sensitive bones, especially when it comes to your hands. You will be able to feel it. And it's also fantastic for the actual energy. Of course, that I've got my own brand of vitamins. I had to design my own brand because it was so difficult to find the proper vitamins out there without any bloody chemicals and things like that in. And these are, of course, made, you know, of an exceptional quality ingredients. So natural vitamin D3, it's something I highly recommend you, my gorgeous Piscelini, alongside a zinc picolinate. And zinc picolinate and vitamin D3 are going to help you to boost your immune system. This is going to help you with your energy levels, but it's also going to help you with your skin, hair, and nails, and so many other things as well. And the third thing that I highly recommend you would be, of course, organic chlorella. And I told you before that the metals are everywhere. We've been like bombarded with like a dangerous metals. They're in the sky, they're in the air, they're in the earth, you know, they're in the ground, they're in the plants. You know, dangerous metals are absolutely everywhere, and we have to do something about it in order to protect ourselves. Organic chlorella is a must because, of course, it has been proven over and over again for its ability to actually detoxify all these metals from us. And also, it's rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce ourselves, but it's just like essential, really, because it's going to help you with your brain, with your memory, and this type of functions. And it's also like a rich in protein as well. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Piscelini, or not. And in order to buy these vitamins, which I highly recommend indeed, you just check within the description below. You will see the link, or you can just go on Google and type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is going to come up that way as well. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's basically the very first day that I need you to pay attention to. It's going to be the 1st and the 2nd of December. On the 1st and the 2nd of December, you are really kind of going to be able to feel completely different energy. The energy of December is going to be completely different to the energy of the actual November, especially when it comes to you, because this is going to be literally life-changing. Life-changing. My gorgeous Piscelini, you need to understand the importance of this reading. This month is going to change your life, and it's going to start on the 1st and the 2nd of December already, where you are going to feel this creative spark, and this creative spark is just going to like you're going to be aware of some kind of inspiration at the same time. And when you become aware of this through this, so first of all, it's going to be creative spark on the 1st and the 2nd of December, and then then you're going to become aware of this like an inspiration, and then your imagination is going to start get going, and that in itself is going to start a process of conception already. So be aware of this. This is a very, very important and element of your life that it's already starting within the first couple of days. This in itself is going to provide you with an important key later on, and you will see exactly what I mean, because this is going to remind you of the things that you have learned over the last 3 or 4 years about yourself and about other things, but you just didn't apply yet to your spiritual journey, and now this is going to be needed and needed and needed. Do you know what I mean? Midnight, know the sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She's smiling alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. My Pisces, I love you. Midnight, all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. My gorgeous Pisces, I love you. My gorgeous Piscelini, I'm sorry about my singilini. Like basically, so now to say, so this is the 1st and the 2nd of December, what is actually going to happen. So now is the 3rd and the 4th of December. And now this is where things are going to start becoming rather interesting, my gorgeous Piscelini. Is the 3rd and the 4th of December. You are going to be facing such a challenge here. And the challenge that you're going to be facing, listen to me very carefully. You have to be straightforward. You have to be very direct. And you have to be like kind of like really understand that you are going to be facing the stage of your life where you're going to become aware of a steady progress, but something is going to be putting you off. And also what is going to be putting you off, it's the fact that you are going to be thinking, oh, it's a hard work, you know, but you have to go for it and you have to stick to this plan. This is very important. So this is what you're going to find challenging. So any challenge that you do face on the 3rd and the 4th of December 2022, and especially if you feel like something is a hard work or you can't be bothered to do it, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to break through this. You need to go through this. You need to plunge in as soon as you possibly can. Okay, listen to me very carefully. It all boils down to the 3rd and the 4th of December, where you're going to be facing a situation, and for some reason you're going to feel very uncomfortable, and you're going to find this challenging, and you're going to just think, oh, you can't be bothered to do that. That's something that exactly what you need to do. And regardless what this is, it absolutely doesn't matter whether this is to do with a part of your life that is coming to an end, whether this is to do with the part of your life that came to an end, whether this is to do with the part of your life that you absolutely hate, whether this is to do with the part of your life that you absolutely cannot stand. You need to do this. So whichever situation comes across on the 3rd and 4th of December, you need to understand it's the part of your process, it's the part of your progress, it's the part of your challenge. Okay, so you are going to feel like you can't be bothered to do it, or you don't want to do it, or you are getting tired of that, or you are getting tired of this. This is so important. This is so important for you to understand on the 3rd and the 4th of December, because by the time you get to the actual 18th of December, so you need to go through this. You need to go through this, and nothing is going to make sense at that moment in time. What am I talking about? Until you get to the 18th of December, where on the 18th of December, you are going to have a fresh inspiration, and and enthusiasm, and you will want to explore. You will have a brand new direction which is actually going to be provided to you, and it's going to happen at a time when you are going to hear some kind of a news, and these news are only going to kind of attract you and become interesting to you only because you went through that on the 3rd and the 4th of December. Otherwise you wouldn't find yourself in this absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing realm, my gorgeous Pisces. So by the time you get to the 18th, you're going to hear some kind of a news, and you will be able to understand them because what was happening on the 3rd and the 4th of December, and that in itself is going to provide you with midnight. No, it's going to provide you with no, I'm joking. It's going to provide you with the actual new direction, a new direction, my gorgeous Pisces. This is so important when it comes to your life. And another thing that I was going to recommend you, it's absolutely look at how beautiful this is, ruby fuchsite, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that gorgeous pastel pattern, like this absolutely unbelievably beautiful colors, and it's got like it looks like a roses. It's just so amazing. Look how gorgeous this is, very gentle. And also on another hand, it's a remarkable when it comes to like a really, it promotes you know, positive growth, love, you know, it's a brilliant for general balance, but also it brings courage to our lives, and it also promotes self-love. This is so important. I'm not saying that you're not loving yourself, but I'm just saying that this is a very specific energy that brings within us. It's a very difficult to explain. So as soon as you put this on, you are having like a different vibration and different energy that you're projecting. And as soon as you put this on, but the energy that you're projecting is like the energy of self-love. The self-love is very important. It's very important. If we don't love ourselves, other people are going to be confused around us. If we don't love ourselves, nobody else is going to love us. Nobody else is going to appreciate us the way we should be appreciated. So it's all down to you. It's all up to you which energy you're projecting. But sometimes when so much is going on in life, when so much is on our mind, and we can project a quite wrong energy. So this is really kind of balances you out nicely. So you put this on and you're projecting a remarkable energy immediately. So people understand you on a much higher level. People respect you on a much higher level. People get you on a much higher level. People understand you the way you want to be understood. You see, that's a remarkable balance that this actually brings into your life. So this is something that I highly recommend you to wear every single time when you want to project a specific energy, but most importantly when you want people to understand you and to see you in a specific light. Indeed. So this gorgeous ruby fuchsite comes with a sterling silver chain, my gorgeous Pisces, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date is going to be on the 19th of December. Now it's like, I don't even know what to say. Even Plantini is saying like, oh my God. On the 19th of December, like, listen to me very carefully. You are going to have such an, like, honestly, you're going to have an adventure here. Something is going to happen completely like unplanned, and you're going to find yourself having an adventure. And that adventure that you're going to have, it's not only going to open your eyes, it's going to make you feel so optimistic. It's going to remind you of how things used to be. It's going to remind you of like fun in life. It's going to remind you how much you miss a certain fun in life. It's going to remind you how short life is. It's going to remind you of like why you're not doing nothing about things that are bringing you down, the things that are like kind of making you feel like you're too restricted. It's just going to remind you of, on one hand, simple joys in life, but it's also going to rejuvenate you to the point where you will not want to go back to your old life whatsoever. This adventure is the beginning of your whole new life. This adventure is the beginning of a whole new stage. And I don't need to even tell you this, because it's all going to happen through your own optimism, through your own energy. You will know which direction to go towards, because there is something that you're gonna feel like you haven't felt in an absolute ages. and this is gonna really revive you. Like, you are seriously going to be revived. You're gonna be in a mood like you wanna go start to explore after this moment in time. You wanna try this, you wanna try that. You will just want to live your life, my gorgeous Pisces, and this is brilliant. And not only this is going to revive you and rejuvenate you, but at the same time it's also like kind of going to make you aware of a very interesting option, like how to kind of like make money as well. So when it comes to your finances, this is also going to give you a very, very important and interesting idea, which is going to become a quite significant option here. And as soon as you become aware of that idea, everything is going to start making sense. You'll go like completely well deep, you know, and you will see how everything is absolutely connected. It's not only about your happiness and you feeling revived again, but it's also, this is going to give you the whole new reason to live, because that opportunity and option that is going to come with it is just like going to come with like a spiritual package, honestly, where you are going to become aware of this opportunity as well. And that in itself is going to make you feel so good, even more excited, because you're now going to go into this psychic mode, intuitive mode, and you will know that that opportunity that presents itself, it's also going to make you really successful. So you're going to become very kind of like really confident about a certain success and about taking something on. And that in itself is just going to put, oh God, in a bit of a sad mood, just a little bit, because you're going to have to accept also that you're going to need to make an adjustment and sacrifice that you're not going to like, but you're going to need to accept this, because otherwise the process of transformation is actually not going to start. And the sacrifice that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Pisces, that in itself is going to be absolutely evident, but the transformation is not going to start until you really understand which sacrifice do you need to make at this moment in time. And this is going to become absolutely evident by the 26th of December 2022 indeed. And also another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Pisces, would be this gorgeous purple moss agate. Absolutely beautiful. I'm a complete sucker when it comes to these purple stones, crystals. They're absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that color, how beautiful that is. Very gentle, but on another hand rather striking and very unusual. And I will tell you that this pendant is probably one of the most powerful crystals. Why? Because it makes you wise instantly. As soon as you wear this, you just open up. Your subconscious mind becomes like a big mama. Do you know, your subconscious mind just like really gets like takes over, and also at the same time, you know, it makes you really, it opens you. So all you need to do is just make the spiritual knock, and by making a spiritual knock, you wear this, okay, it's purple moss agate, and you, let's say you talk to someone extremely wise. I'm not saying you're not extremely wise, but let's say you talk to someone really psychic, really deep, really wise, and you want to get as much as you want to get out of that conversation in terms of understanding and in terms of how you can kind of apply these things to your life, and how you can remember things later and things like that, and how you can flow with conversation. So let's say you're talking to someone extremely wise, and as soon as you start, or as soon as you open your mouth and start talking while you're wearing this, you'll really surprise yourself, like, oh my God, where all these things are coming from. I went well deep. This is nothing unusual, because it does have a power to unlock your third psychic eye, and there are lots of things there, you know, that comes from there without us realizing such a powerful connection with things that we are going through right now, and with the things that are at the back of our mind. This is a mind-blowing combination as long as you become kind of aware of it. So this gorgeous purple moss agate almost instantly kind of makes you so wise. And it's also like, if you want to kind of like, if you're working on something and you're doing something, or you're you know, and then, you know, you just go so much further with this, with your own understanding. If you need to talk to someone and having an important conversation, you know, then this is it. If you want to leave like a really fantastic impression, you go somewhere, you have some kind of like a project or something, and you want to leave some kind of really good impression, you know, this also like kind of, oh my God, that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? So this is like a must. This gorgeous purple moss agate, my gorgeous Pisces, comes with sterling silver chain. And the link to buy this is in the description below. The last important date, it's going to be on the 27th of December. Now, the 27th of December, my gorgeous spicy lineage, you know, you need to understand it's about this burden. You're going to be dealing with a certain burden, okay? And that in itself, like basically, when you become aware of this burden, you're not going to be able to deal with this burden. You're not going to be able to do anything unless you fully embrace your emotions. So the burden that it's gonna come up on the 27th of December, it's gonna require from you to understand that you're not gonna be able to fix this unless you fully embrace your emotions. And as soon as you do this, oh my God, I'm sorry Pisces, but it needs to be this way. As soon as you fully embrace your emotions, this is going to like, oh my God, I know it's going to make sense, don't worry. So as soon as you fully embrace your emotions, so first of all, on the 27th, you're going to become aware of this burden, but you will not know that this burden is almost about to come to an end. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. But you will know that when that burden comes up, you're going to need to fully embrace your emotions. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to deal with this. And as soon as you fully embrace your emotions, the tower moment, this is going to lead towards like, oh my God. And you're going to think like, what have I done? Oh no, what have I done? This is going to throw you out of a balance a little bit. And then it's going to make you think, it's going to make you wonder, oh no, what have I done? No, baby, no. Before the sunshine, there needs to be the rain. This rain still needs to rain just a little bit, and you will see. So you will think like, what have I done? And then 2 or 3 days later, as every minute, every second, as the time goes by, you're going to understand more and more and more that you did the right thing. So you are going to kind of create a tower in your life that, first of all, it's like a kind of negative situation, which is going to throw you out of balance. And you're going to think, why have I done this? Oh my God, I don't know what to do now. But then as the time, this needs to happen. Otherwise, you're just going to get stuck in limbo. This is important. It's the last little, like, kind of like a problem that you have to go over. So you're going to create this tower moment, and then 2 days later, within the next couple of days, you will see there is going to be an important message, an important news, an important information that you're going to have. And that information, it's going to make everything absolutely clear to you. You're going to be as happy like you've never been before. You're going to be as excited as you've never been before, because there are 2 important questions that are going to be answered to you. The question number 1 is going to make you aware of this tower. This wouldn't have happened if you didn't have this tower. So you need a bit of a shaky momenty in order to get to this stage. And another thing that you're going to find out, it's also it's to do with an accomplishment. It's going to make you feel, it's to do with your success. You're going to like this because it's to do with a part of your life that you've been working on for such a long time, and it couldn't have happened at a better time, because that in itself, it's also going to become the direction that you should be focusing on right now. So the good news that you're going to hear about your finances, about your accomplishment, about your success, about the path that you've been working on, it's also at the same time going to become the part of such a significant direction that you must follow at all costs, whatsoever. You need to stick to this, because this is something that is going to change your life, literally. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen in the first part of December, mid part of December, and the last part of December. So the first part of December, you need to remember that you're moving on with your life, and you also need to remember to let go of bad and old ideas. The mid part of December, pay attention to ambition, drive, focus, and pay attention to where and when you feel confident about your success. Because this is in itself, it's going to put you back in control over your life. And at the same time, by the time you get to the last part of this month, just do not rush into any conclusions, okay? Do not rush into any conclusions. Just remember this, just a little advice, and I think that you will know exactly why am I saying this by the end of this December, indeed. So now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in a relationship. Now, to those of you in relationship, do you know what? I mean, you shouldn't blame anyone else, but I think that at some point in time, someone gave you like a really kind of a bad advice or negative advice, or the advice that wasn't really good for both of you, and you followed that advice. This is for the couples, by the way. You followed that advice, but there is something that happened along the way when it comes to this advice, and you both became aware of this, and this affected you quite a bit. So now, for the first time after a long time, you're finally having like a really control over your life. I'm not saying that you didn't have a control over your life, but finally, for the first time, you are both are going to gather and gain a strength, I suppose, in order to deal with it and see what you're going to do next. So maybe you were blaming yourself, both of you were blaming yourself for following like the certain advice from someone within the last 2 or 3 years, and now this advice turned out to be like a wrong advice, and almost as if like you both didn't have enough strength in order to kind of deal with it, in order to acknowledge it, let alone to kind of deal with it. So now at around the actual 17th and 18th of December, the strength is coming back to both of you, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you aware of something, and your partner is really going to surprise you, because your partner is going to mention something at around the 17th and 18th of December. It's good. Your partner is going to mention something that you are going to be so happy about, that you're going to look forward to so much. You both had a particular specific thing on your mind, but you just didn't do anything about it for a while, and when your partner comes up with what's on their mind, this is gonna like make you feel so happy, because at the same time it's gonna put you back exactly where you should be. So it's all leading towards the continuation with such an important plan that means so much to both of you, but you've just kind of kept on leaving it behind. So this is important, because by the end of December, you are, my gorgeous Piscelini, as the couples, you're really gonna realize and get to terms like how much you want to change your life, and get to terms with the fact how much you want to continue with some kind of progress in order to kind of start moving on with your lives. This is going to be so important to you, and I can see planning, like a life-changing planning. These plans that you are going to have are going to be life-changing indeed. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Piscelines, you know what, you've got a couple of stages here now. The stage number 1 is that you are going to be a little bit disappointed with somebody. Maybe you had a bit of a kissy. Maybe you had a little bit of a one-night standy. Maybe you had a bit of maybe you just fancied someone and had felt a very strong connection with, but there is someone that is just going to drift away within the first half a month in December. So you're going to realize that someone is not who they are, who they claim that they are, but you're not going to be hurt by this, because this person doesn't mean much to you anyway. It was just something brief with that person, but sometimes, you know, we can like really have a very strong connection with our minds, so do you know what I mean? So it can feel like way more powerful than what am I just saying. But basically, the first half of the actual December, you're gonna realize that someone is not for you. And this is an important part of the process, because it's someone who you liked, someone who you fancied, but then again, at the same time, by you realizing that this person is not for you, it's not only you realizing this, but you're going to hear something not really nice about them, something like they're lying or they're dishonest. You're just not going to like it, some kind of double dealing. Ugh, no baby, no. And you need to be honest here. You need to be honest with yourself. And as soon as you're honest with yourself, there is like some kind of something is going to be on your mind. Something is specifically going to be on your mind, some kind of direction. Where do you need to go? What do you need to do? And that direction, it's going to bring someone really special into your life. And when I say the direction, it's just suddenly it's going to come to your mind where you want to go and what you want to do. And you are going to be surrounded by the people wherever you go, whatever you want to do. Like it's just like it's to do with a certain direction. So this in itself is going to make you aware of the fact where this special person is about to walk into your life. It is not going to happen in December, but it's going to happen in January. But again, what is going to happen in December is the actual you like really kind of understanding clear direction. And when I say clear direction, after you realize this person who wasn't the right for you, Then you just have to be honest with yourself. Then couple of days later, something is going to be on your mind, like direction, where you want to go, what do you need to do. And this direction, it's more to do with like your personal life, you socializing, you going somewhere. And this is something, this direction, it's also like kind of going to make you feel so good about yourself. Like when you're thinking about it, you're going to be thinking about fun and optimism, and you're enjoying your life, and you're doing the right thing, you're making the most of life. So this is the clear direction that I'm talking about for which is going to involve like a people in your life and things like that. So this in itself, of course, it's really important when it comes to your socializing, but also when it comes to you knowing how you're gonna meet this person, this amazing person who is about to walk into your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Pisces, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.